This old used car drained my money and stressed me for months, but it also built a mindset that makes me who I am today. And if you don't learn the lessons I'm about to share with you today, life will break you in ways you won't recover from. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Hamza Dalating. I know I have been away for a while, but I've got something good for you guys today. I'm about to tell you a story. In 2018, during my youth service in Ibadan, my dad bought me a 1997 Daewoo Leganza from an auction in Lagos and drove it all the way down to my place of primary assignment at the Polytechnic of Ibadan. Now, this is a man that refused to buy me a bicycle for most part of my childhood and even took back a pedal motorbike that he got for me after like 4 weeks or so. So you can imagine how I felt when I suddenly owned the car. And this is where it gets interesting because this car may look put together on the outside, but it was a complete mess under the hood. Electrical problems, wiring faults, extreme fuel consumptions, name it, this car had that. I spent months and months and months of my allowance on this vehicle within 6 months. Okay, that wasn't what makes it interesting. What makes it interesting is the fact that I was happy. At no point did I see myself as suffering. To me, it was normal. It was like the everyday struggle for a first car owner who was on the come up. Every time the car broke down, every time I ended up at the mechanic's workshop, every time I lost money on repairs, I learned a lesson. I learned so much from this car breaking down, such that I could literally diagnose someone else's car's fault. Literally everything I needed to know about cars, I learned it during this period. Aside from all the technical knowledge that I was gaining from this situation, the car wasn't just moving me around, it was also building my mind. It taught me not to run away from my problems, but to interpret them differently. From 150,000 naira auction vehicle to now owning multiple vehicles worth 8 figures today. The biggest upgrade was actually my mindset. Now, I'm not just telling you about this because I want you to know about my problematic car journey, but rather, this isn't just about cars. It's about your business, it's about your job, it's about your education, or even your relationships. This situation that I experienced helped me build mental strength. It taught me not to drown in my problems, but rather to swim across to the other side. Yeah, life is hard, but your interpretation of that hardship is actually what determines your outcome. Allow me explain this to you using this illustration. Now, this is where you are, the situation where you find yourself. This is what you're going through, the hardship, whatever the case may be, in your business, the car story I gave you, whatever it is, this is it, the situation. And this only makes sense through your interpretation of it, which is your perception of the situation. And there are two ways to view things in life. You have the negative view and you have the positive view. And this is where I hope most people will be. However, in the negative view, according to, for example, my story about the car, I could be bothering myself with the thoughts that I am suffering, or I could be asking God, why me? Or I could also be saying, why am I so unlucky? On the other side, I could actually see this as this is just a phase which will pass as all things pass. Or I could also see this as it's a learning curve, considering that I was learning so much about cars at the time. I could also see this as, anyways, you get the point, just something temporary which will go away eventually. Now, all of these negative thoughts here leads you to getting frustrated. Let's check this. It leads you to getting frustrated, you know, it leads you to complaining, as many people always do, which I try not to, and it eventually leads you to quit. However, on the other hand, if you're being positive instead, You would experience growth, you would learn, and you will definitely excel. All of these negativities on this side eventually lead you to failure big time. Let me put that in red for you guys. And everything on this other side, the positive side, leads you to success. And this is where I hope a lot of people will be. Anyways, at this point, if you haven't gotten it already, there are 5 core lessons that I want you to take away from this video. Lesson number 1, perception creates experience. It is commonly said that your thoughts create your world. So I wasn't suffering because I didn't label it as suffering. Lesson number 2, struggle is training, not punishment. This same situation could have broken me rather than helped me build a stronger mindset. Lesson number 3, gratitude eliminates complaints. I focused on what I had rather than what was wrong with what I had. To this day, I have never complained about that car to my dad. Rather, I show immense gratitude. Lesson number gesture. Lesson number 4, exposure shapes mindset. Now, despite the dozens of wonderful cars that my dad has used in the past, I've also seen him use a couple of those that actually challenged him. And I saw how he handled it and also understood that this was probably part of life. And if I handled it well, I would also come out on the other side. The difference between success and failure is simply how it is being managed. Last but not the least, lesson number 5, growth is invisible while it is happening. I didn't realize how much this situation was transforming me. I didn't realize how transformative it was in terms of the knowledge I was amassing when it had to do with cars, until many years later when I'm currently now dealing in cars, buying and selling, also currently managing a car rental business. We see the world as we are, not as it is. And that simply means that next time you start thinking about how your environment is impacting your life, you should actually start looking inwards to see if you are actually the one creating the problems for yourself. There has been so many lessons in this story, technical ones, emotional ones, psychological ones. Learn them to get ahead in life with fulfillment. Otherwise, you will always be unhappy and unsatisfied, and you'll never be able to see your growth and be grateful for it. So thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Also share this with someone that might need to hear it.